Hi. Hello, my darlings. How are you? Hi, welcome to this week's coffee break. I am so really very sorry because I've still got my headphones on. I'm so sorry because I just missed our coffee break last week. And to tell you the truth, it wasn't that I didn't have the time. It's just that I was out of my routine and it went out of my mind. And I didn't realise until I was a bit into the week because we went away on Monday morning, and I think Sunday sort of afternoon and tea time I was thinking about preparing for the journey, packing, what we were doing, and I just didn't think about my usual Sunday checklist of coming and being with you. So my apologies and extra love for last week too. I'm sorry that I missed that. I don't like that feeling at all. So we had a really, I'm just shuffling the cards by the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing, because I'll pour one of these in a bit. We had a really lovely week, but a really stretching week in terms of doing things that were a bit new for us. So Eliza and I went on a bit of a road trip. The challenge was, for me to see if we could stretch into it, was to go to the other end of the country, to where we live, and stretch by a long way the amount of distance that we're used to doing car travel, to stay with a darling friend of mine who, like many of you, I've met through my parenting journey and formed a really deep bond with through online communication, and we talk all the time. And we did manage to get to meet up a little while ago in my neck of the woods, and it was a challenge to see if we could go up and spend some time with her. But there was a lot of newness for our daughter in that, because the travel was definitely a new stretch, but also staying in someone's home is something we've done a little bit of, but under certain circumstances, and there was a lot of unknown about how it would be, what space we would have and how they would feel and how to settle into that. And also it was to stay with my friend, someone they don't know very well. And so there was a lot in the dynamic that was a stretch. And we also made it into a road trip by doing a stop off on the way. They wanted to, for a long time, to go to Birmingham, which is a city here, where they wanted to try out the shopping centre. And I thought this is a good opportunity because we got to travel in that direction. So we had an overnight stay in a hotel and went and did that. And it was all really lovely. We had a really nice hotel, had a swim and a hot tub, and we had a lovely time, and I'm so glad we did it. And I had such wonderful connection time with my friend, which you all know is so precious. My friend also being PDAer and a parent to a PDA grown-up child, and you know, it was a really special experience. And the driving was exhausting, the traffic was difficult, the changing of places to stay. I was holding a lot of space for us both. So we've come back quite tired at the end of all that, but also having had lots of really lovely bits to take from that. And for me personally, the most special bit of that was, you know, hugs and chats and connection with my friend IRL, which you all understand is just so precious, and something that was so very difficult for me to have in my space when our daughter was younger. And so I see you if you're in that place at the moment, and something that I just do not take for granted, that, you know, that I can really enjoy, and that although there is some a little bit of need to recognise the sort of equalising needs and a balance of needs in all of it, that actually my daughter does have the desire and now the capacity to embrace these challenges of new relationships, and enabling us to talk as a small group, and for the focus not always to be on her and her needs. And they're massive changes, which I get to enjoy at the moment. So really celebrating that, and also really being in recognition of how challenging it is when you're not in that space, and sending my love to all of you if that's touching on that stuff for you. I remember a lot of times of being with people but not really being with people, because I was there as a co-regulator and as a carer, and the support needs to be able to be in that interaction were so elevated that there was no sense of me being in just free expression with that friend. So I know how jarring that can feel, and the kind of appearance of being together without the heart connection of togetherness in that same way. But I also would say that I had a lot of beautiful connections. Some of you here, you know, that have been in my life for a long time now. We opened this space here at Peace with PDA when Eliza was 5, and she's going to be 14 next month. So some of you have really walked with me on this journey, and we've hung out and had real beautiful friendships and group connections, and, you know, tribe support through the brilliance of the internet and video calls and all those things. And for those of you who I've been blessed to meet up with in real life as well, you know, it is amazing how much connection you can have when there's love and understanding between you all to make that happen. So hurrah for our amazing online community and beautiful friendships. I'm so grateful for it all. A part of that in my life these days is with you all at the weekends who come into our weekend chat. So I'm connecting with lots of you through that at the moment, which is just gorgeous. And there are times that I'm very present in that at the weekend, and there are times where I'm busy with my family and my life and everything going on, and I just come back in to see this amazing chat unfolding with so much understanding and love and support between you all, and so much flipping brilliance and wisdom and knowledge in our community. It just blows me away all the time. You're all so amazing. Oh, right. I'm actually feeling absolutely pooped as I'm talking to you now. We've had a very unsexy weekend of doing this and that, trying to make the best of it. We had to take our car in for a car service and MOT yesterday, but we made a trip of it, went for breakfast as a family, and had a walk around town. Actually found a really nice market and picked up some fresh fruit and lovely things. So definitely made the best of that, which was just a functional thing. And then we had another really functional thing to do today, which was go and choose a new vacuum cleaner. Does it get more exciting than that? So because we live in, I keep shuffling these cards because I just get addicted to it. Because we live in a multi-generational household, you know, household decisions have to be made together with not just me and my husband, but also my mother-in-law. You know, we collaborate on these decisions, and Eliza is not very attached to decisions around something like the vacuum cleaner. Not really something she partakes in much, you know, I'll just say that. However, does like to be involved and be able to give her considered opinion on things. So, and she always has some brilliant insights and observations. So, so we all went together and went to the shop so we could actually see them and try them out, and talk about the pros and cons of the different ones for our home. So that was a beautiful bonding moment. We have not bought a vacuum cleaner. It's still under consideration, I'll have you know. Very big, important decisions. So I will be ordering that later, but right now, why am I telling you about my vacuum cleaner? Oh yeah, I was just talking about a very mundane, functional weekend, wasn't I? And then we went into town and went for coffee and went to the record shop. That is Eliza and Andy, my husband's bonding thing at the moment. Vinyls and music. Andy's a musician, so it is really glorious for him that she's got into that world, and they really share a lot of joy over that. So that was really nice. Right, let's see what card has jumped out for you guys. So if you want to, just before I reveal the card, if you want to tune into it, you can just put your hand on your heart and your belly, just to follow whatever feels instinctively right for you. Or actually, I'm being guided to say the throat. If you feel like there are things that, you know, really need that support going on for you at the moment around emotions or words that want to come out through the throat, you can just hold your intention of support for that space by putting your hand on your throat, only if it's comfortable, because that can feel a bit of a suffocating one, can't it? You could just have it around that area if you just want to have that intention. It's just to bring focus, but actually the touch on the body can be very soothing and very supportive to the nervous system to just hold those spaces. So just go with your instinct and just notice what's coming up for you at the moment. Where are you looking for guidance? Where are you wanting some support? Have you got a question? Have you got a sense of something that you're feeling stuck or in struggle or tense around at the moment, and you would really like some insight, some guidance, some love, a little bit of a loving nudge, you know? And let's see what this card's got to bring for you. Okay, so it says notice subtle changes. And I'll hold the card up so you can view the image and just notice what gets your attention within that. What's getting my attention is she's hanging out the laundry, and it brought a smile, talking about going to stay with our friend this week, because I know she won't mind me telling you this, being autistic herself. When I was asking what things I could help with in the home to feel supportive, so I didn't feel like we were leaving a burden behind us as we were staying and all those things, I said, I noticed you've got some laundry to go out. Would you like me to hang the washing out? And there was this pause, and the question was, how are you with hanging out laundry? So I said, it sounds like you have some particular requirements. Would you like to let me know what they are, and I will do my very best with that. Hello, my lovely Claire's watching. That's nice. Hi. So someone else is watching as well, but it doesn't tell me who it is. Hi, whoever you are. Love to you. So it just reminded me of that. But I love the tie-dye, all the rainbow colours on her dress. I love the breeze and the fresh air blowing the laundry. Looks like some like sheets and some towels and things, a bit of a like cleaning out the dust and the debris kind of thing. Okay, let's have a read of the card. Today's lesson: colour is power. Select a colour you don't normally wear. Ooh, I got just a long time ago card. And introduce that into your wardrobe. This changes the energy in your field, including your sense of self. Your goal is to discover how subtle changes can increase or decrease your comfort level. So just a playful invitation there to notice how some little subtle change can really make a change in your whole energy field and your whole experience of life. And here it's talking about particularly in increasing or decreasing your comfort level, which I think is a really nice one for us as a group, because we're very tuned into what it is to have our needs met or not met, talking about our environment and our sensory needs and things like that. And those subtleties can actually make a huge difference to our comfort level. So I really like that one. So if, like me, you got dressed this morning, maybe you didn't, it might not feel so appropriate to use the invitation today of select a colour you don't normally wear. And it might not feel comfortable if you don't like change. And so I just really want to be supportive of that too. But it could be that just a subtle different thing that you play with comes to mind. Maybe it's a different flavour of tea, or a different combination of jewellery, or using some different cutlery, or doing something in a different order, or something. And I feel really super conscious of the audience I'm speaking to that are, you know, potentially a lot of you guys are neurodivergent, and these kind of changes I'm talking about might not feel comfortable. So I'm trying to think of some examples that might sit more comfortably. But I would just have to acknowledge that my tired brain is lacking a bit in thinking of examples, but you do you. Comfort first. But just that noticing how a subtle shift, anything you choose, could just bring that different energy, and paying attention to that. And actually, even if doing it within the realms of what feels safe, it might be noticing that it does decrease your comfort level and you don't stay there very long, but you just observe that. And actually it just reinforces and affirms for you how important it is that you do choose the things that bring you energy, that bring you a sense of safety, that that feel good and aligned for you, you know. Something I work with a lot, for those of you who I talk about it with in my energy work, is to do with human design, which is a system, a bit like in astrology. You get what's the word? Absolutely no idea. Tired brain. A blueprint, I think they call it, but that's not the word I wanted to use. But kind of a chart. That's the word, chart. That shows you your energetic makeup and can give you a bit of a map to explore your own design. And one of the things they talk about that is your environment and how important your environment is. And that's something that I'm always really pulled into reminding myself of. Not just is my home feeling safe and comfortable, but do I feel myself in this space? You know, I really like to sit. I'm up in my healing room at the moment, and I love to sit in here, and I love to sit in the kitchen. And I go in our lounge, I notice that I feel okay sometimes because I'm going in there to wind down, going in there to spend some time with Eliza or Andy. But actually, it's not my space. It's not where I go to unwind and relax. It just doesn't feel quite right for me. So it's just, there's nothing right or wrong about it. It's just noticing, how does this make me feel? And choosing to give yourself more of what actually makes you feel like you and lights you up, you know. And actually that is something you can really play with. I like the playfulness of that card, of just trying it and seeing how subtle changes can increase or decrease your comfort level. And I think it's really interesting to notice how many things, how many habits we have that we've just learned, that we've taken on from other people, or that we have been imprinted, we've been conditioned with, that just feel so automatic. So many ways that I use this word in the loosest and widest possible sense, like that we mask, you know, that we do it because we think it's pleasing to other people, or it's the good girl, the polite thing to do. And actually, you know, it doesn't actually suit us. But sometimes we just never really stopped and thought, you know, why am I automatically doing this thing if I'm feeling tired while I'm doing it, if I'm feeling a bit while I'm doing it, you know? And it's the awareness that gives us so much opportunity. In the awareness, we have a point of choice. And so our body is such a brilliant reflector of what things are doing to our energy. And when we pay attention to that and we can come into our awareness, then we do have choice. So if you want to do a little tap, let's just do a little tap before my energy runs out and see. I'm just going to breathe into my body so I can just notice what wants to come through for us. I'm just going to notice my body awareness and invite you to do the same. I'm just getting called to do this. And it might be for me, but my feeling is there's a reason I'm tuning into this, even though my conscious mind has no idea why. Even though I feel, and you notice yours, I feel thirsty. I feel thirsty. I feel tired. I feel a little bit flat. Just notice what yours are. Just subtle things. I feel hot, and that is not a brag, literally. Yeah. Have you got yours? Okay. And I deeply and completely accept myself. Yeah, even noticing those, even that, just that subtle, even without the tapping, just that, taking that moment to stop and tune into my body allows me to notice I'm feeling thirsty. I've allowed myself to come and do this video with you without stopping to have some water and nurture the basic needs of my body. So just paying attention to that brings me back into awareness. Okay, so again, after me, even though I feel hot, thirsty, tired, and I've been resisting all of those signals, which are really clear and it's obvious what I need to do. I wonder why I'm ignoring them or resisting them. And yet I love and accept myself right where I am. So just noticing yours and just going up on the eyebrow and tapping with me, even though I'm feeling, and just say yours here. Tired, sad, angry, done, fed up, stuck, worried. Even though I'm feeling lost, confused, overwhelmed, hot, cold, tired. Even though I'm feeling bored, I'm feeling restless. Even though I'm feeling directionless. What else is coming up? Even though I'm feeling stuck. Even though I'm feeling, just throw all yours into this space. Even though I'm feeling hungry, tired. Even though I feel like I just want to rest. Maybe I'm sleepy. Maybe I've just had enough of what I'm doing. Just notice that I just want to rest. Even though I'm feeling like I need a change. Even though I'm feeling, just put yours in here. And just let tapping on these acupoints, just really simply in this way we're doing, just work with helping to release any resistance that's around in bringing up the awareness and allowing yourself the permission to make the little subtle changes that you need to right in this moment. You can just put your hand on your heart with me and just take a nice full breath into your body. Working with the breath, working with touch, working with tapping on these points just really helps to soothe all of your mind-body system. And from that place of calm and relaxation, we can think more clearly and we can feel more safe and comforted and reset and ask ourselves, and what do we want? What do we want? What now? There you go, my darlings. Take super, super care of yourself. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of love. I might see you in the chat. And where else might I see you? If you don't come into the weekend chats, and that's fine, it's not for everybody. The group is always here for you. So if you've got things you want to post, you can always pop that up. And we've got our Reiki on a Wednesday. I send Reiki to anybody. I've been doing this for donkey's years now. Every Wednesday evening I send Reikis. I'm a Reiki master, and that's my just a way of giving a gift to you all, of bringing that intention with life force energy to help you to feel uplifted and supported in whatever your intentions are that you're working with, and really hold you in that light and call you into that. On a Friday, I love to pull 3 cards. We always love our cards, don't we? And just see which one gives you a little bit of guidance. And if you're wanting a deeper support, then I do one-to-one parent support sessions. We can do tapping, or I can just hold space for you to explore whatever's going on for you. And we have the Freedom Centre, which is our membership space with our utterly gorgeous dedicated members in, and we come together on a Saturday and do a Zoom call where we do tapping together and just give each other gorgeous support. So all those things are around and available to you, just to anchor you in if you're new to tuning into the videos or you're new to the group. Lots and lots of love. Take care. Bye.